Welcome to the 2021 Veterans Day Virtual Assembly. The purpose of this event is to honor and celebrate our veterans, both past and present. On November 11, 1918, an armistice was signed to end World War I. Until 1954, our country celebrated Armistice Day to celebrate the veterans of World War I. In 1954, the day was legally changed to celebrate veterans of all wars. It is important that we remember, celebrate, and honor the men and women who have served our country. There are more than 20 million veterans in the United States. Throughout this country's great history, men and women have fought for the values of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, as stated in our Declaration of Independence. On this day, we honor our veterans by showing them gratitude and celebrating their contributions to our country. The price of freedom is high. Our soldiers have sacrificed much to help defend this country. Unfortunately, some soldiers have paid the ultimate sacrifice to keep this country safe. At this point, we will take a moment of silence in remembrance for all those who gave their lives for our country. Let's take a second to see how many veterans we have within the Kennedy community. If you have any family members that have served or are currently serving, please stand now. I would like to personally recognize my husband, Michael Cummings. He served in the Army National Guard from 1997 to 2005 and continues to serve his country each and every day as a police officer for West Chicago. Be sure to thank your family members for their service to our country. Today you will hear from Kennedy classmates about their thoughts on how we can be a good American. Also, Mr. Hollander will share his thoughts on what it means to be a veteran. Our final speaker will be Sergeant Joseph Dellinger, my cousin, who recently returned from Afghanistan after 9 months of service. He continues to serve as a sergeant in the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Please remember to be respectful listeners during our virtual Veterans Day Assembly. Our debt to these heroes can never be repaid, but our gratitude and respect must last forever. As Elmer Davis once said, this nation will remain the land of the free only so long as it is the home of the brave.
Hello, students, families, teachers. This is Mr. Hollander. American revolutionary Thomas Paine wrote in his pamphlet, Common Sense, "It is not in numbers, but in unity that our great strength lies." And George Washington said in his 1796 farewell address that the name of American which belongs to you in your national capacity must always exalt the just pride of patriotism. Generation after generation, Americans have stepped forward to defend that freedom and to preserve the founding principles of our great nation. These patriots have stood watch over our nation's peace and, when necessary, have borne the cost of our nation's wars. Today, Thursday, November 11th, is annually our Veterans Day in the United States, a day when we mark the contributions of members of the United States military. A veteran is anyone who has served honorably in any of the military's branches, whether during wartime or peace. Regardless of the time of service, a member of the military makes a sacrifice to his or her country and for us. This sacrifice helps to ensure that we continue to enjoy the freedoms that those military efforts protect. I am pleased that we enjoy the active support of local veterans through the Naperville VFW and American Legion posts. We benefit from their experience and their continued service. Serving one's country is not easy, and those affected are not just soldiers. Military deployments are trials not only for troops, but also for their families. In effect, an essential piece of kids' lives have been sent off to distant points of the world, although the children themselves hadn't volunteered for anything. The personal sacrifices of military kids can go unnoticed, but they are real and impacting. A wife of a Vietnam veteran shared once that she considered herself a veteran too. Let's be sensitive on this day for all those who may have borne the battle, literally or figuratively. Already this year, you've had the opportunity to consider the service of our military veterans. This year's Patriots Pen essay topic was, how can I be a good American? Some students referenced the service of the military and how those selfless citizens help establish and continue to protect our freedoms. A couple of Kennedy responses to the Patriots Pen will be shared as part of this morning's program. And as we listen to our classmates and others, I ask that you reflect on what you hear today. The devotion of our veterans is truly worthy of our respect. The sacrifices of our veterans brightly illuminate their courage. The uncertainties faced by military families are further extensions of that service. Our obligation is to never forget those contributions to our lives in the United States.
How can I be a good American? As a child living in the United States, I understand the responsibilities I'm expected to follow throughout my life. I understand I'm expected to be a leader for my peers. I am also responsible for my own actions and choices that I make. I'm relied on to help other people. I'm also responsible for being a good person. My own actions can affect many other individuals later in the future, and that is why my peers and I are responsible for being leaders. Additionally, I can help other people learn to help their own classmates, friends, and family. I can teach others how to accept being diverse. I can create a stronger community within my school and neighborhood by helping kids learn about the troubles others may go through. I can be a leader by stepping up, teaching other individuals who may be confused or concerned about racism, diversity, rights, and independence. I can educate others, helping them build a stronger background. I understand I have to watch my own actions. I make sure I'm respectful towards my friends, family, classmates, and teachers. I do not judge people because of the things they wear, how they choose to act, or who they choose to love. I am able to be a good person by respecting others despite having no similarities with them. I strongly believe that even if you don't have any similarities with someone, you should still be able to appreciate, respect, and befriend them. Those are qualities of being a good human being. Being an American citizen means I have unlimited opportunities. I'm able to be independent and like the things I am interested in. Being a good American means that I should use these opportunities to better myself, my life, my family's lives, and if possible, other individuals' lives. I am responsible for being grateful for having these chances. I completely understand that without these opportunities, I wouldn't be where I am today. I'm grateful for these opportunities. To me, being a good American means to help other individuals, help create a stronger, healthier community for my friends, family, peers, classmates, and teachers despite being a child. I'm responsible for watching my own actions. I'm responsible for being a leader and stepping up. And I am responsible for being a good human being.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
When we think of the word citizen, we might simply think of a resident of a country. However, in contemplating what makes a good American citizen, we must delve deeper. Merriam-Webster defines a citizen as a native or naturalized person who owes allegiance to a government and is entitled to protection from it. To be a good American citizen, we must be loyal to our motherland. Loyalty comes with many obligations, however. Not only do we have a legal obligation by following the law, but we must also have moral obligations to maintain America's current elevated expectations so that we may receive protection from America in the future. We must follow laws even when no one is watching to ensure America is a safe home to many and gives fair and equal opportunities to each and every citizen. Having moral obligations means that you think of others before yourself, doing actions that would benefit the greater good of the community, even if it may not benefit you at that specific moment. Being beneficent at random times or following rules given by our core values, such as always telling the truth, will better the development of America, which as citizens we are obliged to do. Our role is to leave America better than we found it, and when we act in immoral ways, we cannot fulfill those expectations. As students at our current age, a possible prevalent misconception is that we are impotent and powerless to make significant changes in a larger community. Becoming a good American for us middle schoolers may seem like a daunting task that can be perceived as more relevant to adults because of the limitations that society puts on us. However, even small acts, such as advocating for minority students and standing up for bullying, can vastly improve and warrant more extensive changes in America. If each and every student were to find the motivations to enhance America to its core values of freedom, justice, and equality, they could impact the future development of America. We must first become good human beings, following our morals and values, to become good citizens. If we can do that, we will fulfill our role as citizens to better America and guarantee prosperity for future generations to come and for all the other citizens living within our borders.
Being a good American can be compared to being a good florist. As children, we are taught to nurture those traits that define us as Americans. Carefully watering those seeds of identity, we begin to watch them grow inside of us. We are taught to treat those around us equally, as we are all brothers and sisters within this nation. We are taught the importance of individuality, the importance of hard work, and the importance of liberty. These seeds slowly sprout as we age, relying on our willingness to keep them alive, for if we did not want them, we could discard them. If I was embarrassed by these seeds, I could let them shrivel up and remain indifferent. However, the least I could do as an American is allow those seeds to continue to grow, letting myself see the greatness of this nation within myself. To be a good American is to be proud of this label, to show pride without boast, and to embrace those traits that have been passed down from generation to generation. I water these seeds as I go along the journey of life. When I see people for who they are and not for their outward appearance, I water the seed of equality. When I begin to create and speak on ideas that I know are unique to myself, I water the seed of individuality. When I put myself into my work and only provide the best quality, I water the seed of hard work. When I recognize and appreciate the freedom I have compared to others, I water the seed of liberty. By watering these seeds, by acknowledging these experiences, these traits bloom inside me. As I grow up, these beautiful sprouts become something more, growing with the knowledge and experience I gain as years go past. Finally, the American bouquet blooms within me, the roses of life, devotion, beauty, eternity, and the rose of the United States of America. Being a good American is not just being a good citizen, it is being proud of this bouquet.
Hey guys, my name is Joe Dellinger. I am a sergeant in the Wisconsin Army National Guard. I've been in the Army for about 8 years now, and throughout that time I've gained a lot of very cool experiences, from being able to serve my community locally to different places in the United States, and even spent about 9 months overseas, with most of my time being in Afghanistan. So just a lot of very cool experiences that I can take into my own life and grow from there. So one question is, how can I be a good American? So I like to look at this from a military perspective. So in the Army, we have 7 core values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Now, that's a lot to take in, so I'm going to dive into 2 of them real quick. So one of them I like a lot is integrity. So integrity to me is doing the right thing even when no one's watching. So if you see a piece of trash on the ground and you pick it up and no one's there to see you pick it up, and you're just doing the right thing. So don't expect any praise from it. That's one way that I think we can be good Americans, is having good integrity and just doing things to help the community and doing them because they're right and we know we should. Another core value that I like a lot is respect. And respect is just treating others how you want to be treated and being kind to people. So take those 2 things and move forward, and I hope that you can be a good American in doing so. Thanks, guys.